Hey guys, welcome back. It's Bibles and Babies, and I have a story time for you guys about how I got scammed and taken advantage of, or I feel like I did. But you guys can decide whether you think I did or not, but I feel like I did. Here's Jace. Say hi, Jace. Sorry guys, we're getting moved into the new place, but I do want to show you guys something. So you guys are going to recognize these babies I'm about to show you because they were mine on my old channel, and I just got them back, and I'm going to explain to you about that here in just a second. So look guys, so there's my Yannick, my Bodhi. Everybody knows Bodhi. He was the most popular one on my other channel. There's my Lottie. There's my Maddie twins. And I'm going to tell you what just happened. So, before we moved, just so you guys know, I want to start out by saying that we're in the same area. We are in a different state, but we're right over the line, and we lived right on the line in North Carolina. So we're only about 30 minutes from where we moved from in North Carolina, and we're in Virginia now. So we're still in the same area. So I still see the same things on Marketplace that I do in the area we moved from. About a month or two before we moved, I knew that we were downsizing. We were losing a bedroom and a bathroom. We went from a 3-2 to a 2-1. And so I decided, out of the kindness of my heart, that I was going to donate a bunch of my babies. I donated probably 25 babies to the nursing home in my town in North Carolina. I'm not going to call it any names or towns or anything in this video. And I donated them to the home, not to an individual person that worked at the home, but to the home, okay? I donated, along with the 5 babies you just seen, I donated probably a good 15 or 20 other babies. And some of them were expensive reborns. One of them I paid almost $800 for on reborns.com from another country, from a Russian artist, and he was amazingly done. And out of the kindness of my heart, I decided to call up this nursing home and ask them how many dementia patients and how many elderly patients they had that would like a reborn baby. And they told me they had 10 to 15, but if I brought extra babies, there was another nursing home that they could take them to. So out of the kindness of my heart, I went through all of my babies, and I got rid of 25, and there was probably upwards of at least $5,000 or more worth of babies that I donated out of the kindness of my heart, because it's just what I do. I love to give. Giving is my love language. You guys know that I used to do giveaways all the time on my channel. I gave away 4 or 5 babies. Some of you guys that watch me have some babies I gave you. I love to give. Giving is my love language. I love giving. I love making people happy. So I gave these babies away. We move. The other day, I'm window shopping on Marketplace, and I type in reborn baby because, well, I'm addicted to babies. Don't judge me. And I'm just shopping, and all of a sudden I see this baby here, my Yannick, with the same eyes. By the way, I donated him. He was made by Rainbow, and he has, I think, sandy limbs and these green eyes. He did not come with this. She did this. So I knew, looking at him, I was like, wait. Outfit, by the way, that I donated him in. The exact same outfit. And I'm like, wait, that looks like my baby. But I donated them to elderly people. They were for the elderly people. I donated a lot of them. So I click on the profile of this person on Marketplace, and guess what I saw? At least 20 or 30 of my babies that I donated to this nursing home for the elderly people, not for anybody else, being sold. And I click on the profile of the person. There's a nurse at that nursing home. I didn't donate it to an individual person. It belonged to the home. So I don't know if she stole them or what happened. Sorry guys, Jace is here, and my husband and other son are gone out getting dinner. So Jace is here with me, and he was being loud. But anyway, I did not donate them to an individual person. They were for the home. They belonged to the home. This nurse worked there, was employed there, but did not own the home, the nursing home. So when my husband showed up to donate them, she's like, oh my goodness, these are real reborns, which I'd already spoken with her, and she knew I was bringing the babies. She's like, I'm so excited. I know who's going to want this one. I know who's going to want this one. And my husband took in 2 carts full of babies for this nursing home to give to people. And she said there was another home, if they had too many babies, that they could give them to. I find all of my babies listed on Marketplace being sold by this person and her husband, the same lady that we met at the nursing home that we gave these babies to. She was selling them. They were for the nursing home. They were for the elderly people. I was so mad, you guys. I saw red. Because I felt scammed and taken advantage of, I gave those babies to the elderly people to help them, for the kindness of my heart, for them, because dementia and Alzheimer's patients love babies. And it wasn't even have to be them. It could be any of the elderly people. They didn't have to have dementia. But I gave them to them, expensive babies, to these elderly people. And she promised me they were going to them. And I find them for sale on Marketplace. Well, I'm non-confrontational, you guys. I'll tell you how I got my babies back in a minute. You're probably going to think I'm a pushover. But I'm non-confrontational, so I didn't say anything to her. I just went down the profile and I saw all the babies. Most of them were sold already. Most of the babies were sold, and she was selling them for outrageous prices. Some of them she was selling for really low prices. You could tell she didn't understand the reborn community. She was posting there she was a dog collector, but she didn't know the kit. And I'm just like, if you're a dog collector, you know the kit. You know what you collect and everything like that. She had put in there she was a dog collector. She wasn't, by the way. I donated all those dolls. And it was my dolls. So since she had never met me in person, she only met my husband because he dropped off the dolls, I reached out to her. There were 5 babies left. My babies. I did not tell her that I was the previous owner of the babies or anything. I just asked her how much would she take for these 5 babies. I know, you guys, I can't believe I bought my own babies back, but I did. I was so mad, but I'm not confrontational. I try to be kind to everyone. I try to show them Jesus, and I was like, I feel so bad for donating them. There's 5 of them still available on there. And I just told my husband, I said, I want my babies back. I said, this is not what they were for. This is not what they were intended for. They weren't intended to line someone's pockets. They were intended to help others, because my babies have helped me so much. And so I just go on there and I'm like, hey, are these 5 babies still available? Can I buy them? What will you take for them? Which I actually got a really good deal for them. Less than what I paid when I bought them all individually. But I paid $250 for all 5 of them. And I went and picked them up this morning. And when I was picking them up, the husband, I didn't meet her. My husband met her when he went to the nurse home. She wasn't there. It was just the guy. And I go up there to pick them up. My husband grabs the big box to put it in the car. And he goes, yeah, these belong to my nurse friend. They were part of her doll, which was his wife or girlfriend or somebody, by the way. They were part of her doll collection. I didn't know the kit names, that's why I didn't post them on there. But they were part of her personal collection. She'd had them for so long. She's like, and this Liam right here reminded me so much of my grandson. That's why she got him. She didn't get him. I bought him on Temu, and I weighted him, and I stuffed him, and that is my baby that I donated out of the kindness of my heart. They will not leave here ever again. Any of these guys. Yes, I'm weird, and yes, I've been apologizing to my babies all day long. But I was so mad, you guys, and he's lying through his teeth, and I'm just shaking my head yes, I'm going along with it because I'm non-confrontational, and I didn't want to call him out and be like, those were my babies. So they still don't know that these were my babies. But I just bought them back. They were all in the original outfits that I donated them in. Nothing had been done. Someone cut Bodhi's hair. And Yannick had sticky stuff all in his mouth, like someone tried to feed him a sucker. And one of my Maddie twins' toes was very sticky, like someone tried to feed a sucker to her toes. And Bodhi's hair was cut in the back. And Bodhi had on these black shoes, which I don't know where they came from because he didn't have shoes on when I sent him. So I put them on him. And then Bodhi also had, this is the onesie I donated him in. I did not donate him in these shorts. I don't know where these shorts came from. But it looks like they added a few things. These are not the original outfits. I changed them. The only one that's in the original outfit is Bodhi. But yeah, I was so mad, you guys. I was fuming. I know that I probably didn't have a right to get mad. I feel like I did because of what those babies meant and what they were donated for. I feel like I was scammed and taken advantage of. This woman, I had a long conversation with her. I asked her, I said, where can I donate? I asked on my town page, where can I donate these babies? I'd love to bless some elderly people. She reaches out to me, goes, hey, I'm a CNA at this nursing home. It was in the town I lived in. And she goes, we would love to have them. We have a lot of dementia patients. We have about 10 to 15 that would love to have them. We even have some older men that would love to have a baby. And I was just so happy. I was like, oh my goodness, I get to bless these people. And I was like, well, I have maybe 20, 25 babies. That may be more than you need. She goes, well, I have another home where we can give the extras to, or we can put them in our rec room where they can just play with them all anytime they're in there and just share them. And so I was like, oh, okay. So my husband goes up there. He fills up 2 carts because she brings this cart out of babies. And she said her eyes got wide. She's like, oh, these are real reborns. I didn't know these were real reborns. And she was like, and my husband said that he should have suspected something then, but he didn't. That she just seemed overly giddy and happy. And she was like, oh, I'm going to give this one to this lady and this one to this lady and this one to this lady. And every one of those babies was on Marketplace. Every one. I don't know if it was her husband, her boyfriend, but the guy that sold them was also on her Facebook. So, and he was the one that was selling them. And I was so mad. I was fuming. I told my husband, I said, I will never donate to a place again. I will still do my giveaways on my channel, but I will not donate babies anymore. If I'm not bonding with the baby in my nursery, it's going to be sold on a Facebook page, a Facebook group, or reborns.com or something. I will never donate a bunch of babies at one time like that again. I have always been taken advantage of because of my kindness, and I was so mad. I was fuming. I'm still like upset. It's evening. It's night. It's like 8:30, 9 o'clock now. This happened this morning when I picked up these babies. And my husband was so supportive. He wasn't upset that I was buying back my own babies. He wasn't happy about what this person did or the situation. But I was like, I just really want my babies back. Would you be mad if I bought my babies back? My husband gave me the money to buy my babies back because I was so upset and crying and tired because my babies were for sale that I wanted to help somebody else. And this person just did it to line their pockets. And the greed in this world, it's disgusting. And so I told my husband, I will never donate again. I still want to do giveaways on my channel. I always love to give you guys things, not just babies, but baby items or whatever. And I will still do giveaways on my channel because I know that everyone that watches my channel, when I gift them something, they're not going to go do something like that. Like if they wanted to sell it in the future and you leave your collection, that's different. It's your baby. But for it to go to a particular place and someone to do something else with it, that's just messed up. It's like letting someone borrow money for a light bill or something and they go and use it for something else. Like that's basically what happened. I gave these babies to the home, which we don't know how the nurse was able to sell them unless she didn't tell the nursing home, because I did not give them to her as an individual. They were donated to the nursing home, which means they belong to the nursing home. She was just an employee there. I don't know if she didn't tell them or she put them in her car or what happened, but they were not donated to her. I was so mad, guys. I will never do that again. I did buy back these 5 babies. I've been apologizing to my babies all day, you guys. I know that's weird, but these 5 babies are going to stay in my nursery and they're not leaving again. I told my husband it was a sign that they need to just stay. But when I saw my babies, I just couldn't, you guys. Like, I was like, that is my Yannick. I was like, that is, because Rainbow made him custom, not custom for me, but custom for herself. She was different limbs and she had big green eyes, and he was not he's a replica, but he's not the replica you would see. She changed him. And I donated him, and then I see him, and he was in the same exact pajamas that I donated him, which I'm trying to look for them. I don't see them. I donated him in some yellow poo pajamas, and it was like a sweatsuit pajamas, and he was in the same pajamas. And all the babies were in the same outfits I donated them in, except for they had like a bow to one and shoes to another and shorts to another. But other than that, they were in the exact same outfits, you guys. Hi, Thomas. This is Thomas O'Malley. Say hi. My kids named him Thomas O'Malley. Thomas O'Malley, the alley cat. He's from the Aristocats. This is where his name came from. That's Jace's cat. Say, I'm Thomas O'Malley, the alley cat. I'm not an alley cat. I'm spoiled rotten butt. But Jace wants to show you guys his new toy he got today. Whoop. Okay. Who is that?
Mario.
Here, stick it over here so they can see. Side. Ready? There we go. Mario, and there's Jace. Excuse the mess, guys. We're still unpacking. We are still moving in. There's boxes everywhere. But yeah, these beautiful babies will never leave me again. And I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I thought they would bring joy to someone who was suffering, and instead they lined some greedy person's pocket. But they're back, and they will never go anywhere again. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to tell you that story, and I cannot believe that happened. And you're all probably going to think that I'm a pushover and a loser because I paid money for my own babies. But I wanted them back. I literally had been thinking about them for a while. Like, I told my husband I regretted donating a couple of them, which those were already sold. And I regretted my Yannick, and I did get him back. And I was like, I've been thinking about some of my babies lately, and I think I want to look into getting that kid again. And like, not even a few days later, I see my babies on there. And I'm like, well, I have a second chance of getting a few of them back. But yeah, I was mad, you guys. I'm still mad. But I can't believe people do things like that. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to tell you that story, and Look at Thomas. Thomas. Thomas O'Maui. He's about 10 weeks old, you guys. He's just a kitten. Thomas O'Maui. Thomas O'Maui. Here's your daily dose of cuteness. Hi, Thomas O'Maui.
The alley cat.
Alright, guys. Anyway, thanks for stopping by and listening to me rant and listening to my story. And I will see you guys later. Remember, I love you. Jesus loves you too. And if you see someone without a smile, give them yours.
Back up of you.
Bye, guys.